So we're out here working in the shop on the 68 Camaro project, doing a bunch of the metal work. And I just checked our Facebook page on the phone here. And our buddy Michael Means posted a question on our Facebook page, and it's a good one. He basically says he wants to restore a car himself, a cool muscle car, but he's kind of burned out on F-bodies like Camaros and Mustangs. And he likes the GM A-body, which is Chevelle, Skylark, GTO, that kind of stuff. And he wants to know what an economical, feasible restoration car would be for a person to do in their home garage. And it's a really good question, because the things to consider are, you want to find a car that they make a lot of parts for. And that's why, you know, Camaros are so popular, because you can do the whole car in brand new stuff. I mean, this intercowler box we just put on came from Classic Industries. It's a brand new piece. If you were going to be restoring a 57 Plymouth and this piece rusted out on that car, you're either going to have to make it on your own or find a clean car to cut up, you know, to get the parts from. So that's one of the reasons why these cars are so popular. The good thing is the Chevelle you mentioned, the GM A-body, also is very popular, and you can get a lot of parts for that one too. But I would recommend that you start with the cleanest car you can, because this car was a California fairly rust-free car, and we still ended up doing a whole bunch of metal work on it. But you want to try and minimize that stuff, because you can end up spending a lot of money and time doing paint and body work and rust repair and things like that. So what you want to find is a car that, you know, maybe isn't a 1970 Chevelle LS6 454 4-speed convertible power window, you know, one of one zillion-dollar car. Find a 6-cylinder. You know, there's a whole bunch of them still out there. If you get a base model car, you're going to pay less for it. And then if it's not real rusty, you can end up doing a lot of the restoration of the parts yourself in-house. And that just comes down to polishing trim and fixing stuff, and then doing an engine and, you know, your suspension and things like that. Another thing you want to consider is what you're going to do with the car, because if you're going to take it, you know, to this level and make it, you know, basically a show car, and you also want to run it on track days, you know, open road racing or whatever, you got to consider that if you take it on a track and you have an off-track excursion, as they say, and spin the thing out and, you know, chip the bottom half of the car, if you had to restore this thing in your home garage, chances are you can't just take it to a restoration shop and have them repaint the thing, you know, every season. So you got to determine how nice of a car you want, because that figures into how much you know, your budget's going to be affected. So the other thing with like the GM A-bodies, all the suspension parts interchange between the Skylark, Chevelle, Cutlass, GTO, things like that, but the body parts don't. So the Chevelle is probably the best bet there, because they make the most parts for it. You're not going to find, you know, all the little trim parts for, say, a Buick Skylark. They're very cool cars. They're just going to take a little more to restore. So I hope that kind of answers your question. If you have any more, you can hit us on the Facebook page or at v8tvshow.com/forum, or anywhere you want. Email us. Resto at v8tv.net works fine, and we'll keep you posted.